Hello everyone, time for another recent reads video. So if you don't know these videos, that's where I take my most recent reads and talk to you all about them in one singular video. So today I'm talking about some upcoming romance reads that I read and that maybe you want to read, maybe you don't. I'm reading, if you don't know, a lot ahead of schedule. By that I mean a lot more ARCs, advanced readers copies. There's a number of reasons for that. So number one is that's what I feel like reading. I feel like reading just books that aren't out yet, which is not the best thing for you as watching because you're like, I can't buy it and I feel horrible about it, but it's just what I'm in the mood for. Number two, I'm expecting a child in September, so I'm trying to read as much as I can, as early as I can, so I'll start to read September and October books here soon because I'm not going to be able to read in September and October. There's no getting around to it. As much as I would like to dream that it's going to happen, it's not going to happen. So I'm being realistic and like, let's just go ahead and read it now while I have time, and stuff like that. Because when they come out in September and October, I will not have time. I know for sure I won't. So yeah, those are the reasons why. So I apologize if you watch these videos, you're like, why do I keep watching these? And the books aren't even out yet. These videos are mainly to like help when they do come out. If you do want to read them, buy them, get them from the library, or just skip them altogether. So the three books I'll be talking about today are Very Sincerely Yours by Carrie Winfrey, When Sparks Fly by Helena Hunting, and While You Were Dating by Jasmine Guillory. So let's get right into it. There will be timestamps and chapters down below in case you want to hear about one particular book. So the first book, like I said, is Very Sincerely Yours by Carrie Winfrey. This one releases not too far away, June 15th, so less than a month away. So feel good about that one, talking about it for you guys. This is our third book in the Waiting for Tom Hanks series. I've read all three of them. I'm not gonna lie, what appealed to me this whole series was the covers because they are some of my favorite covers. I love them. In fact, I should own all of them really. But I read Waiting for Tom Hanks a couple years ago. I didn't really enjoy it. And then I read It's Not Like the Movies. I forget the title of it. The second book, and I really enjoyed it. And then we have this one. This one I also really enjoyed. I ended up giving it a 3.5, I will say. So this book, we follow two main characters, Teddy and Everett. Teddy is in a relationship at the beginning of this book, and she is very all-consumed by this relationship. She is dating this, I think he's a dermatologist, I'm not mistaken. He's a doctor of some sort. And she just takes care of his Everett's needs. She's like a very housewife type of thing. That's her role, and that's what she does. And then at the very beginning of the book, there's not spoiling for you, he just breaks up with her all of a sudden, and she doesn't know who she is without this relationship at all because she put herself in this relationship fully and she doesn't know who she is. She also has a job working at this kind of toy store that's like an antique but toy store as well, and she loves it, but she doesn't know what she wants to do with her life. And she's going to be 30 soon, and she's like, I put all of myself into this relationship that didn't pan out. Who am I? What am I going to do? So she moves in with two of her girlfriends, and she tries to figure herself out. And meanwhile, during this, she watches this local children's show called Everett's Place, and think of it like a PBS Kids. And it stars Everett, who has puppets. Think of also like young Jim Henson, young Mr. Rogers, and it's for kids. And she's like, I'll email him just for some advice because why not? And so she does, and they start an email relationship with each other, and we go back and forth from there. And we also follow Everett's point of view. Like I said, he is has his own local TV show, and he really loves it, and he pours himself into his work. In fact, that's why none of his relationships have worked out, because he works so much that he doesn't have time or doesn't want to give anyone the time. And so when him and Teddy start this email conversation, he's thinking maybe he needs to change. The whole book is about the relationship, them trying to figure out who they are and things like that. It was super cute. I'd say it is very, very reminiscent of You've Got Mail. It's a great movie. Watch it. It's one of my favorites. But the whole email relationship thing, back and forth, Teddy knew who Everett was, but Everett had no clue who Teddy was. But it still had that vein of You've Got Mail because of how well they got to know each other through email, much like You've Got Mail. So it was just really cute. It's a very adorable romance novel. I mean, you got the email going on. She works at a toy store. He has like a puppet show. It's like a, young Mr. Rogers that you really want to meet and fall in love with and things like that. It's adorable. It's just, this series I would say is they're not the best romances, but if you're just looking for a really cutesy, feel-good romance that's heartwarming, goodness me, they're heartwarming. This series does it. And I do like her writing. I mean, I enjoy them. I'm not gonna lie. Every time I see one of her covers pop up, and whether it be on NetGalley or upcoming, and I get excited because I'm like, oh, they're just gonna be some really cute romances. So I gave it a 3.5. I liked it. I would say my favorite, I don't know if this is the end of the series or not. I'm not sure. But my favorite is definitely the second book. It's not like the movies, then this one. And then sadly, my least favorite one is, you know, Waiting for Tom Hanks, even though it's like my favorite title. And you would think that one would be more You've Got Mail, but this one much more definitely is. But yeah, I'd say if you want like just a cutesy romance one, definitely check this one out. Next up, we have When Sparks Fly by Helena Hunting. This one releases September 2nd. I promise. So I got an email from the publisher, and I saw Helena Hunting, and I saw they put a link to the galley, and I was like, I have to read this because I've read two. Have I read two? I've read 3 Helena Hunting books, and I really enjoyed them. So I was like, I just want to read this right now. And then when I read it, I saw the published date was September, and I was like, oh, I read this a little bit too early, but you know, that's okay. Maybe you could put it on your radar now in case you want to read it in the future, or maybe not. Like I said, I've read 3 of her other books before. I've read Good Luck Charm, which was okay. I've read Meet Cute, again, was okay. But then I read Kiss My Cupcake, which I loved. And so we have this one, When Sparks Fly. So in this book, we also follow 2 main characters. Since a theme here, I think all of these books I'm talking about today follow 2 main characters. This book we follow Avery and Declan, and they have been best friends since college. They've never had feelings for each other or anything like that. They've just been best friends, and they even live together. They share an apartment together. And basically what happens in the book is they're like supposed to drive somewhere together, like for an event or something, and Declan kind of bails and leaves Avery by herself in her not so reliable car, and she gets into a car accident, and she's okay and everything like that, but she needs a lot of help because her legs are damaged. And so Declan obviously feels really horrible about this, so he, you know, drops everything and takes care of Avery because he feels a massive amount of guilt. And through the course of this whole book, while he's taking care of Avery, while they're always near each other because he takes time off of work, you know, she can't go anywhere but home, they do start to have feelings for each other, maybe realize that they've had feelings for each other for so long that they just always push them to the like wayside. And so that's what the whole book is about. It's truly a like friends to lovers romance, and especially for characters that are near 30, maybe over 30. They're, you know, they're established in their careers, they're established in their family and friends life, and you know, they're set in all those other areas, but not just the romance world. So the whole book is about Avery and Declan trying to figure out their feelings. They also have to deal with a lot of therapy and things like that because Declan has a lot of animosity and not the best feelings toward relationships because of things that have happened to him in his past. And overall, I gave this one again a 3.5 out of 5. It didn't live up nearly enough to me to Kiss My Cupcake. I just love that one more, but that was more of a hate to love romance, so that could be why. I just love hate to love romance, but I do love a good friends to lovers romance, like a true friends to lovers that they're established friends, they've been established friends for a while, and it was a really cute kind of organic relationship. Also, you see Declan dealing with all of this like guilt and stuff for what happened to Avery, and Avery's also trying to deal with it because she can't do her job properly. Like her and her sisters like own like this event house where they like throw weddings and different events, and she can't go to it, and so she feels very like horrible because she was like the main like person in charge of it. And so it's just a lot of other things. It's not just the romance in this book. You also have family dynamics, you have friend dynamics and things like that. And I really liked it. So I'd say if like you're a big fan of friends to lovers, definitely check this one out. It comes out in September. I'm sorry, but you know, maybe you could put this on your list now or not put on your list, whatever you so desire. The book I'm talking about today is While We Were Dating by Jasmine Guillory. This one comes out July 13th, so a couple months, like a month and a half, you know. I've read a lot of her books before. I've only not read one of them, and I think that may have been her holiday one. But I've read all of her other ones. Like I think she's had 5 or 6. Yes. So This one again, we follow two main characters. We follow Anna and Ben. And at the beginning of this book, Ben is like working at an advertisement type of thing, and he has to pitch like this big cell phone like new advertisement thing. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not good in the advertisement world, but basically who walks in this meeting but Anna Gardenia. Hopefully I pronounced her last name right. And she's a big star actress, and she's actually the head of this campaign. She's going to be on all the cell phone commercials and things like that. And they immediately are drawn to each other. Like she likes him, he likes her. And so she's like, you know, yeah, let's pick this company to do the advertisement, but I want Ben to be in charge. And so what begins from there is kind of a friendship / flirtation, and they soon become friends, something more. And then it turns out like it could not hurt for Anna to have like a boyfriend for publicity, because she has a movie coming out soon and she needs some like recognition and things like that. So her and Ben decide to fake date to get her more recognition, things like that. But obviously they both really have feelings for each other, that it goes much more deeper than fake dating. And that's kind of the whole book. So I gave it a 3. The thing is, I enjoy Jasmine Guillory's books. I have a good time with them. They're romantic, they're fun, all of the things above. They feature great diversity, but they're just not super memorable. Like when I think about her past books, I can't remember a ton from them. And that's not only because I have a horrible memory, number one. It's just, I just don't think they're that super memorable. Like last year I read one called Party of Two. I remember really enjoying it, but I have no clue what it's about. The Wedding Date, that was her first one. I think that was also another kind of fake dating one. I liked it, didn't love it. Then I think she had The Proposal. I don't remember much about it. I don't know what it is, but the bottom line is I enjoy her books, but I just don't find them super memorable. So I think that'd be great for summer reads, honestly. Like, I think she releases them a lot in the summer, and I think that's great timing because they're perfect beach reads. You know, they're just fun, cute romance reads where you can just read them and kind of escape. But I don't know what it is. Like, the characters aren't very memorable. The plots really aren't memorable. There's nothing really much that happens. At least that's just to me. I could be totally alone in this, but it's not bashing by any means. I hope you don't take it like that. I do enjoy her books. I get excited when I see one come out because I'm like, oh, they're going to be cute romance ones. But when I finish them, I just don't have like a very good memory of like what they're about. I'm like, it was okay. I just don't remember what it was about. So I gave it a 3. It's not one of my favorites by her. I think my favorite might be the one that came out last year called Party for Two. I like that one a lot, but, maybe I need to like just do a deep dive into all of her books and like just read the synopses again and see if it sparks some memories. I should probably do an author video on her too soon. But I enjoy her books. I just don't remember much about them. I don't know if that's me. It probably is me, but just thought I'd throw my 2 cents in there. But yeah, 3 out of 5. I'd recommend it. Again, a great summer read. There you have my 3 most romance recent reads. I made that way more complicated. My most recent reads that were romance. There you go. I'd say out of this list, I think my favorite might be Very Sincerely Yours because it was just so cute. Like the whole plot of like, you know, the You've Got Mail thing just really like tugged me in, and I was just obsessed with it. So I really enjoyed that aspect. But yeah, all these are great to read during the summer or in September, because one comes out in September. I'm sorry, but I would love to hear if maybe I convinced you to read one, maybe not convinced you to read one, what your thoughts and feelings if you've read them. Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.